And a phone forensic expert returns to the stand today after leaving the Alex Murdaugh double murder trial on a cliffhanger. Maggie Murdaugh's cell phone data is being used to paint a timeline of her movements around the time she and her son were killed. This is the defense and the lead investigator clash over whether Murdaugh incriminated himself just a few days later. ABC News contributor, managing partner at the Cochran firm, Shauna Lloyd, joins me live now for more on this. Shauna, this phone forensic expert painted a timeline of the murders by analyzing data from Maggie's cell phone. And it not only recorded calls and texts, but it's looking at details like how many steps she took, whether she changed the orientation on the phone from landscape to portrait. How important is all of this going to be to the case?
This information and this cell phone data is going to be very important to the case because it's objective evidence that is direct evidence. It is something that the jury can look at that is going to be unbiased. And that's very important when we have a case that's built on so much circumstantial evidence.
Now, the records also show that Murdaugh deleted calls from his phone the night of the murder. What kind of a challenge does that present for the defense?
That always presents a very big challenge for the defense because there's a presumption that if you are deleting call logs on the night of a murder, that there is some sort of guilt association with that. And that's a hard hurdle for the defense to overcome, especially because their narrative has been so far that he was completely transparent. This directly flies in the face of what that groundwork was they were laying before about him being transparent.
Shauna, there are new questions as well over whether Murdaugh actually confessed to killing his son Paul in an interview with police. The investigator insists Alex said one thing. The defense is implying he said another. And that conversation is recorded. So how much of an impact do you think the conversation, that debate back and forth, has on the jury as they listen to the audio?
You know, my experience with jurors, when there's something such as technical as something audio, it's very interpretive. It depends on your perspective and what you hear. A lot of times when it's, you know, the state wanting one way and the defense wanting another way, it ends up being a wash. They look at the evidence that they can make a determination on with more objective mannerisms and methods, as opposed to this sort of audio. They'll listen to it. They'll take what they hear away from it. But for the most part, when it's very close like this, it'll be a wash.
Now, today, we're hearing from that forensic phone expert again, also Paul's roommate, as well as the person he was texting the night he died. So what are you listening for?
We're listening for, with these particular witnesses, especially the ones related to Alex, we're looking for any indication of anything being wrong. What was the family situation that they were aware of? Did he say anything that might have given them a clue that something was off, something wasn't going according to plan? Were there any arguments? You're looking for the sort of context clues to put all of this around and put for that sort of framework.
And Shauna, are we going to start to hear character witnesses come into play?
I think eventually we'll hear some of that. They're going to want to flesh out who he was as a person, you know, that type of information. You'll hear that come in through other witnesses. It really depends on whether or not he chooses to take the stand, how much of it we'll hear.
All right, Shauna Lloyd, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.